Welcome to the Environmental Studies lesson on environmental ethics. By the end of the video, you will learn about ethical use of natural resources and environmental equity, justice, and racism. You'll also learn about religious teachings about environment and environmental communication and awareness. Our world is facing a critical phase where our actions have led to severe environmental damages. The release of harmful gases, deforestation, and excessive consumption of resources are threatening our life support systems. If our pursuit for material possessions and endless economic growth continues, ecological harm will only escalate. It's crucial to rethink our relationship with the environment, recognizing the moral implications of our actions. For instance, practices like wasting resources may seem trivial, but they raise significant ethical concerns in terms of global sustainability. Why is there a need for a distinct set of environmental ethics? 3 reasons stand out. Firstly, modern technology has amplified our impact on nature, prompting us to consider the ethical aspects of these effects. Secondly, our growing understanding of environmental changes, like climate alterations due to human activities, raises new ethical questions. Lastly, our moral considerations are expanding. We are now questioning if entities like animals, trees, or even rocks deserve moral and legal rights. This shift in perspective is vital for forming a more inclusive and responsible approach towards the environment. Across cultures, views about nature vary significantly. The Western perspective historically viewed nature as something to be conquered. In contrast, the Sineatic, East Asian, view sees nature as inherently beautiful, a part of human existence that should be cherished. The Indian perspective, influenced by Hindu, Buddhist, and Jain philosophies, regards nature as a motherly figure, deserving respect and care. Understanding these diverse viewpoints is essential in developing a comprehensive approach to environmental ethics. Our treatment of the environment reflects our beliefs. Some see humans as just another species, while others view us as caretakers or stewards of nature. These differing attitudes often lead to conflicting environmental policies. For instance, some prioritize human needs over environmental concerns, while others advocate for a more balanced and respectful interaction with nature. Anthropocentrism puts humans at the center of environmental concerns. It justifies prioritizing human well-being, often at the expense of other species. This viewpoint has been challenged by the rise of environmental ethics, which questions the moral superiority of humans and advocates for recognizing the intrinsic value of the natural environment. Enlightened anthropocentrism, however, proposes fulfilling human duties towards the environment in ways that benefit us and other species. Stewardship represents a deep sense of responsibility for nature. Many indigenous cultures view themselves as custodians, working in harmony with natural forces. This view emphasizes humility and partnership with nature, using science and technology for sustainable development rather than exploitation. Ecofeminism challenges both anthropocentrism and stewardship, arguing that they arise from patriarchal systems of domination. It suggests a new vision, rooted in women's biological and maternal roles, advocating for a lifestyle in harmony with nature. Ecofeminism promotes care, reciprocity, and kinship, envisioning a world where relationships with nature are non-dominating and cooperative. However, it faces criticism for impracticality and bias. Biocentrism and ecocentrism extend moral consideration beyond humans. Biocentrism views all living organisms as having intrinsic value, while ecocentrism includes non-living elements like rocks and rivers. These perspectives encourage us to see the natural world as an interconnected system where each element, living or non-living, holds its own worth and rights, challenging the notion that only humans are of moral significance. Environmental equity seeks fair treatment and protection for all groups, regardless of race, ethnicity, or income. It involves three aspects: procedural equity, ensuring fair application of rules; geographical equity, balancing the distribution of environmental benefits and burdens; and social equity, reflecting broader societal power dynamics. This concept emphasizes the need for fairness in environmental governance and decision-making. Environmental justice is about the right to a safe, healthy, and sustainable environment for everyone. It involves not only addressing current injustices, but also ensuring equal participation in environmental decisions. This concept extends beyond mere equity, encompassing the idea of empowering communities and respecting diverse needs and identities. Environmental racism highlights how environmental burdens often fall disproportionately on marginalized communities. For instance, hazardous waste sites are frequently located in disadvantaged areas. This phenomenon reflects broader societal issues like institutional racism and economic disparities. The environmental justice movement seeks to address these inequalities, advocating for fair and inclusive environmental practices. Different religions offer valuable insights into environmental ethics. Many teach that nature is a trust from God, to be used wisely for the benefit of humanity. These teachings often emphasize the importance of preserving natural resources and respecting the sanctity of all life. For example, Hinduism views nature as sacred, advocating for non-violence and harmony with the environment. Understanding these religious perspectives can enrich our approach to environmental ethics and sustainability. In Hinduism, there's a profound respect for nature and all forms of life. The religion teaches that humans do not have dominion over nature but are part of it. This perspective encourages environmental conservation and living in harmony with the natural world. Hindu scriptures and traditions emphasize the sanctity of life, advocating for protection and reverence towards nature. By understanding these teachings, we can gain valuable insights into sustainable living and environmental stewardship. Let's delve into the world of Jainism and its profound respect for life. Jainism teaches the principle of avoiding harm to others. It believes violence stems from passion, which causes self-injury. To prevent this, Jains control their speech and thoughts, and are cautious in their actions, from picking up objects to eating. They take vows to uphold these practices. Central to Jainism is ahimsa, or non-violence. This isn't just about avoiding physical harm, it's a deeper philosophy tied to realism and personal responsibility. Ahimsa is about nurturing the noblest aspects of human nature, emphasizing that peace and order come from within, and highlighting the need for truth and compassion in a civilized community. Next, we explore Buddhism, where compassion and respect for all life forms are paramount. Buddha taught the importance of living in harmony with every creature and the environment. This includes not polluting water bodies and recognizing the rights of all species. Buddhism sees the survival of all species as a fundamental right. It views nature, rivers, forests, mountains as entities that bestow bliss. This belief in interconnectedness guides Buddhists to avoid exploiting nature and to respect the balance of life. In Christianity, nature is seen through the lens of stewardship and responsibility. The Old and New Testaments speak of caring for God's creation. Genesis describes humans as caretakers of the earth, not as owners. This divine relationship calls for a harmonious balance between humans, nature, and the divine. Turning to Islam, we find that the Holy Quran and Prophet Muhammad's teachings emphasize unity and balance in nature. The Quran teaches that everything is created in proportion and that humans are guardians, not owners, of the earth. This guardianship entails respecting nature's balance and not exploiting it. In Sikhism, nature is divine. Guru Nanak Dev Ji viewed the natural world with deep reverence, teaching that humans are a part of nature, not above it. The Guru Granth Sahib describes the universe as God's creation, where every element of nature is interconnected and sacred. Environmental education is vital for both young and older generations. It spans from formal education systems to non-formal channels like mass media. At the school level, education about the environment includes awareness, real-life situations, conservation, and sustainable development. Environmental education evolves through educational stages. In primary education, the focus is on raising awareness and appreciation of our interconnectedness with nature's elements. As students progress to higher stages, the emphasis shifts to understanding real-life environmental situations, conservation practices, and the concept of sustainable development. Environmental education extends beyond formal settings. Adult education programs play a crucial role in reaching out to various sections of society, including women, tribals, and urban residents. These programs use regional languages, visual aids, and participatory methods to foster environmental awareness. And with that, we wrap up this informative lesson. For additional information on this lesson, please look at the content below the video in the online course. To get a list of the important questions and their answers for this lesson, please refer to the guidebook by our publications provided to you with this course for free. It shows you a list of all the questions that have the highest chance of coming in your next exams based on research carried out on previous year question papers. All the best, and I'll see you in the next lesson.